is because you can't water down governmental accounting. It's either governmental accounting or it's not. And so they said, well, somebody asked me, well, what kind of course is it? I said, it's the same one that wrote for Iowa State. So it's a senior level course at a 2-year degree. But this next semester, I've got 54 people already signed up to take. Yeah. So everybody complains about it, but geez, I got a waiting list to get in. So it must be a good thing. Be a good deal. Good rep.
So is it warmer on your side of the street?
I'm sure it is.
Not on our side.
Well, then I left my coat at work last week because I normally don't wear a coat. And then I left it at work and then I didn't want to go back to work to get it, so I didn't have a coat Thursday until today.
When you need it. Everybody motorcycle and pull that.
Yeah, but I got a nice Hawaiian warm shirt.
Okay, that's all we have to do. Well. That's all right.
I took my grandkids to Omaha Saturday night to Zoo Lake. So they put up a bunch of Christmas lights and kids Christmas decorations. They got Santa there, and all sorts of stuff. 2 and 6 or 8 months. They're really 6 to 8 months, somewhere in that. Yes.
Really good.
But the 2-year-old's lots.
It's a mile.
Yeah.
It's after town. It's funny.
All right. I will call to order the Tuesday, November 26th meeting of the Huxley City Council. The time is 6 p.m. This is the time and place for the council meeting. Roll call, please.
Rigler,
Here.
Murphy,
Here.
here. Etcher,
Here.
Mulder.
Here. Thank you very much. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll give you a motion, Mulder.
I can second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please respond with aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now is the time in the agenda for public comment. Any members of the public wishing to speak at this time are certainly welcome to. Just ask that you come to the podium, start with your name and address, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. I would remind you, this isn't a time for back and forth with council, but you're welcome to make statements. So
Fair enough.
thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. Brenda. Perfect. Thank you very much, Brenda. Moving along this evening, need a motion to approve I'm sorry, nobody else from the public was wishing to speak. Okay, perfect. Moving along, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll give you a motion.
Motion by Mulder,
Second by Etcher.
second by Etcher. Any questions and or discussion? Roll call, please.
Roberts. Yes. Mulder,
Yep.
Etcher,
Yes.
Rigler,
Yes.
Murphy.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Item 5A on the agenda this evening is Resolution 24080, obligating funds from the Urban Renewal Tax Fund for appropriation to the payment of annual appropriation tax increment financing obligations, which shall come due in the next succeeding fiscal year. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Etcher.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Mulder. Dave, can you give us a brief overview?
Sure. In the past, it's been pretty much just a generic appropriation that the council has approved. What I did this year is take each urban renewal area, divide those down so that you're seeing exactly what projects are being paid for out of the TIF. So this first one is for our big urban renewal area.
Any discussions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mulder,
Yes.
Etcher,
Yes.
Rigler,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Roberts. Yes.
Thank you very much. Item 5B this evening is Resolution 24081, obligating funds from the Urban Renewal Tax Revenue Fund for Huxley Housing Urban Renewal Area. Any motion on this?
I'll give you a motion.
Motion by Mulder,
Second.
second by Mr. Rigler. Any questions and or discussion? Roll call, please.
Etcher,
Yes. Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Roberts. Yes. Mulder,
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5C this evening is Resolution 24082, obligating funds from the Urban Renewal Tax Revenue Fund for Iron Bridge Urban Renewal Area. Need a motion on this?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion by Etcher, second by Mr. Mulder. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Rigler,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Roberts. Yes. Mulder,
Yes.
Etcher,
Yes.
Item 5D this evening is a Resolution 24083, approving professional services agreement for the Oak Boulevard Lift Station improvements. Need a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Etcher,
Second.
second by Mr. Mulder. We discussed this the last work session or council meeting. Any further questions or discussion on this? Hearing, oh, Dave.
We would just note that this does coincide with AJ Strumpfer's discussion at the last work session as well as his memo that he is recommending that WHKS be the engineer selected for this particular project. We did I know we had talked about how this might be paid for. We had met with Chip Schultz last week, Barb and I did, and there were some bond funds that were used on a water and sewer project that have to be spent, and there's probably just enough money left over from those bond funds that Chip said that we could utilize them on this project to pay for it. So we should be in pretty good shape.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Murphy,
Yes.
Roberts. Yes. Mulder,
Yes.
Etcher,
Yes.
Rigler,
Yes.
Okay, item 6 on the agenda tonight is department reports. Reports were included in the packet this evening. Are there any additional items that any staff members wish to highlight? Sorry. People on TV can't hear you otherwise, so. If you could please start with your name and position, please.
On TV, can't hear you otherwise. If you could please start with your name and position, please.
We will just post, if we know that more than 3 council members are going to be there, we will post that here with a note that there may be a quorum of council members present for their business meeting, just so we're covered. So if you decide that you want to go, please let me know by Monday, because we'll have to post it or if you let me know by tomorrow, we can get it posted for the following week. No later than Monday, but we have to have it posted before the end of day Monday, so.
Yeah, understood. Okay.
Thank you very much. Any other department heads, comments? Okay, Barb.
We're working on the budget. Yay.
I would just note, I thought at the last meeting we would have the TVs ready. CTI showed up, found out we were short an HDMI port, which required some new Cat6 cables to be put in. So they were here, kind of drew up a diagram. The screen will go away, the projector will go away. We had Current Electric come out last week. They gave us an estimate. They were actually here today. They've got the 4 Cat6 lines pulled. They've got the outlets installed behind the TVs. And CTI has been notified that we're ready for them to come back and do the last piece of it. So we'll have the monitors ready to go as soon as they're finished.
Great, thank you very much.
And I would say that Brenda's right. I was pleasantly surprised by how many people showed up to the business appreciation breakfast. It had been a while since I talked to that many people, and I just told Dan and Brenda, said I don't want to stumble over my tongue as I'm speaking. But no, I think it was very well received. I had several folks that came in that afternoon to talk about it. Some other people had requested info, and Brenda's right. We've had a lot of interest, and hopefully it'll get some good things going for us.
Great. Mr. Murphy.
Just a couple of things, in regards to the sign issue tonight. I would like to put that on a meeting, work session sometime just to talk about it. With the information that we've seen. And then tonight, we also have the Herons with us that have asked questions about an easement there. I'd like to get that on a work session too in the future, so we can have a conversation with that, so we all know what's going on with that aspect too. So I just ask that we put those 2 items on a future work session.
Okay, thanks, sir. Mr. Murphy, I'm sorry, Mr. Mulder.
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Mr. Rigler,
Nothing for me.
Mr. Etcher.
The only thing is, if we're gonna do it, I'd probably wait until January for the work sessions. I'm gonna be gone in December, and we're only having the 1 meeting, so I would strongly suggest wait until at least January.
Fair enough. Ms. Roberts.
So that was a question. So we are only having 1 meeting in December.
That's correct. We will not be having the second meeting, which would be like Christmas Eve. So scratch that one.
And then I don't know that I got the email from the gentleman, but I don't know what my email is posted now. If it's the Huxley Gov one, I haven't set that account up, so.
I've been sending your packets to both of your emails, your personal as well as your city, with the exception of Rory, who had the city. So if you've got your city one set up, please let me know, and I will disregard sending it to both emails, but I will continue to do so until I hear that you've got the city one set up.
What's posted on the website?
Yeah.
The city website is what's posted on there now, so.
And then the only other thing is on the 69 thing, so I thought that was a great job on getting all the information out there for the public, so we'd know that was closed down. I was just surprised that it was closed all weekend before we were gonna work on it, so. that was different. I didn't expect that, so. So are we working on it now? I came in tonight in the dark, so has the road been tore up on Fourth yet, or?
They started on Fourth Street yesterday doing the tear out and jackhammering, but yeah, no, they actually had that set up last week and they didn't start work till this week, but that was a little frustrating, but I know they were waiting for some things to get here but I think they just wanted to get people used to that traffic shift
That's what I wondered.
ahead of
Okay.
time, so.
They had intention of being on Friday, but then there's a water leak.
Hmm.
Apartments, so they
That couldn't
have-
happen.
Sorry.
Okay, I just thought, I did think maybe it was a practice too, just to get people to go around there, so. It looks like it'll happen pretty quick. There, thank you.
They're not supposed to start any fires. They're exposing everything this week.
Okay. That's all, thanks, guys.
Good.
It's.
All right, no comments from me this evening. And that will conclude our regular business meeting. We do have a work session scheduled for this evening. And there's only one item on that, and that is regarding a potential public works building and a request for proposals for that building. Where are we starting?
I think we'll start with Matt and then I'll kind of fill in.
Sounds good.
Where we start? I think we'll start with Matt and then I'll kind of fill in.
Right, okay, there we go. Matt Kaler, the Huxley Street Superintendent, too many positions, but, so, for the, you guys that have been on, we've talked several times in the past of, getting a new public works facility, the need for it. For those that haven't been out to our public works facility, I encourage you to please come out, and look, over our buildings and stuff. They're way out of code, tight for space. We've outgrown it tenfold already and we've keep making do. Yep, the old wastewater plant, that area out there. We're packed in like sardines, ventilation, electrical, that kind of stuff. Just we need to grow. We need more room. As the city has grown and continues to grow, we need more room. So we've kind of come up with a design in our head, 80 by 200 building, that would give us plenty of room to grow. We would put it out at the water plant where we already own the land. And then, also we would have all of our bunks established out there, room to grow out there, that kind of thing. And as the city continues to grow that way, as well. Kind of an ideal spot for us. And being able to grow is the other big ticket thing. So. Okay. So that being said, we have, talked with, engineers, kind of went through with engineers, kind of went through with
I would just add, this is a project that I've kind of talked about on and off since coming on board back in 23. Again, last week when we met with Chip, some of the things that we've done kind of strategically is paying off some bonds early because we knew this was kind of an important project to the city. We know there's kind of a debt levy rate that council doesn't want to go above. We've actually decreased that rate a little bit this year. In working with Chip, we'll have a set, we're gonna call some bonds. I think at the next council meeting, we're gonna be setting up some paperwork. Or is that ever, or in January, where we're gonna call some bonds early. We actually had budgeted to pay those off early. And we'll hopefully get that done sometime after February. But I kind of threw out the idea to Matt about, since we didn't have enough copies of the RFPs to kind of go around, it'd be kind of nice maybe to just get a couple council members to serve as kind of a small committee to kind of do some of that legwork and then come back to the whole council with staff and then them with a recommendation. I did reach out to Rory this afternoon. I know he's been through down in Grimes. They've had some growing. They were in a large facility, and I think you guys are getting ready to build another new one, aren't you, Rory? Or they're looking at it? Process, okay. But Rory said that he would be willing if we had another council member that would like to be a part of that. Rory, I know he did mention that he was going to be out the 6th through the 13th, Rory. So if we could maybe either meet that week after, prior to Christmas, or it'd have to be like after the first of the year. So if we've got somebody that would be willing to set in with Matt, myself, probably Jeff and Rory, we'd like to get something set up if council's willing. This is to review RFPs. They actually sent RFPs out. They received 5, I believe. I've reviewed them all. I've made some phone calls to folks that have used some of these firms and the architects. So I've kind of got in my mind who I like, but I'd like to get council's take on it. And I know Matt's got his ideas and Jeff has his ideas, but we want to find the right firm to give us the best possible product.
So I'd be like your last pick, but I'm willing if nobody else can. However, where's the land that we're looking at for putting this on?
This will be just straight south of where the water plant exists now.
Okay.
over the hayfield.
Okay,
It would be like a complete campus for our public works. I mean, we basically have 6 or 7 guys that do pretty much everything. They're all cross-trained. If somebody's gone, they're filling in water, they're filling in wastewater or streets. So I think having that campus there and everybody right there and, and then all the equipment's just going to make things a little easier too. So that's kind of what we've looked at since the beginning.
If you need somebody.
Okay, I'll just work with Rory to just get a date that works for him. Then I'll just reach out to see who could fill in that spot. If that works.
Rory, you said.
I'll just work with Rory to just get a date that works for him. Then I'll just reach out to see who could fill in that spot.
I'm here for.
Does the scope of work include demolition of these buildings that are a health and safety violation?
No, so kind of a thought with that would
Does the scope of work include demolition of the buildings that are a health and safety violation?
council wants to go.
Well, I mean, based on the description of, electrical hazards and dilapidated buildings, it would seem prudent to be potentially taking these down. And if additional storage for cones and signs is needed, the new facility would potentially be a a centralized location for that. That seems to make some sense. I don't, know how you folks operate for sure. But cleaning up that site might be in the community's best interest long-term. So might be a good time or opportunity to do that. So just something to consider. And then two, I guess I'll look to you, David. If you could get this council a copy of, this past year, we did not adopt a capital improvements plan, but I guess what we'll call the most current capital improvements plan. It sounds like this must be the top priority, which means other things will have to shift downward. It's just going to chew up significant funds and delay purchasing of other, whatever that might be, equipment or projects. So I just want to make sure council has that in front of them so they're making an educated decision. So.
I would just note that we, the CIP that we did last year was the local option sales tax dollars that had not been spent that previous year. And we have those dollars available yet this year, but we weren't really looking to use those towards this project. We view this project as probably being a bond, and we would look at running it as we would set it up as kind of a two-phase approach. One, doing a GO that would be partially funded by GO and the rest through urban renewal, and then run a side-by-side with just an urban renewal bond. There's some reasons for doing that. If the GO one is the one that we're able to get approved, we would have a much lower interest rate. And like I said, we kind of want to structure that. We are kind of maintaining those dollars from local option tax for some of these smaller projects, the equipment needs that we see coming up. And we have our current year that we haven't spent any of our local option either. So we're going to have about 2 years worth of local option sales tax dollars that we need to use for, what's the term I want from the auditors? Property tax relief. That we use those dollars like we did last year for buying police cars and Travis's fire truck and the host of other things that we did. So, but we will get you a list of the CIP wishes.
Okay, great. Appreciate that. Any additional conversation, questions related to this work session item? Please, sir.
We would move our fuel station out there. Yes, sir.
Great. Appreciate your help on that, Matt. Hearing no other comments, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Etcher, second by Mr. Mulder. All those in favor, please respond with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Our next meeting will be the second Tuesday in December. Thank you very much.
Can you see if you can send Whitaker's email to us? You want that? Huxtable?
No, I want to, put Roberts and Huxtable.
Yeah.
Please.
For some reason, my phone's not sending.
That wastewater plant, we ought to make it a sports.
Well, the internet here in general.
Maybe
That's what the problem is.
Because there's gonna be outside center and eight.
So you'll probably get home and you'll get like 4 emails.
It doesn't, my.
I mean, at least you don't need it.